guys, it's Lord Both here with another video, and when it was announced that there was going to be a Kraven the Hunter movie a long time ago, all of us within this space, this sort of pop culture space, who aren't complete absolute shills, knew it was going to be terrible. Now, are there some Spider-Man villains that you can do actual one-off stories of? The answer is yes, you could do origin stories of some of the bigger Spider-Man or Marvel villains. And you can make those interesting and compelling. You could do a movie or TV series like they did for the Penguin about Doc Ock or Mysterio or something like that. But some of the smaller villains, and I do consider Kraven to be a smaller villain within the Spider-Man sort of universe, not really set up to be a full-fledged story. And it seems like that idea is being rejected by most everybody too, because the Rotten Tomato scores are out for Kraven the Hunter, as well as the opening box office prediction, and they're not good. Here you can see the 15% Rotten Tomato score that Kraven the Hunter has earned upon opening. It did debut actually at 9%, so bully for them, they got up to a whole 15%. The predicted opening box office for this film is also a whopping $15 million. That is absolutely terrible. Kraven the Hunter is targeting a paltry $13 to $15 million from 3,200 theaters. So it's not like they're silencing this thing in terms of its distribution. The film could cost upward of $110 million to produce, which that doesn't even factor in the marketing budget for this thing. So this movie has to do essentially almost $500 million to break even. Keep in mind that's more than the $80 million price tag for Madam Web, who is considered to be one of the worst financial disasters in superhero movie history, and it's actually predicted to do less at the box office than Madam Web. So with diminishing returns and absolute hate when it comes to the Rotten Tomato scores and sort of the general feeling from both the critics and the audiences of these films, it's led to this headline here. Sony's Spider-Man universe reportedly done as Kraven the Hunter targets opening worse than Madam Web. And are we really that surprised about this? How did Sony ever think that a Spider-Man universe that is only about Spider-Man villains with no Spider-Man in it, even though it was teased that Tom Holland's Spider-Man was going to have some kind of interaction with Venom, but then never did, how did they think that that was ever going to be successful? I guess Sony was thinking of Spider-Man as kind of like the Marvel version of Batman when it comes to villains, where they have such rich and deep backstories and are so compelling that maybe you can make movies or TV shows out of them and be successful. I mean, look at the success again of The Penguin, right, as a TV show. The problem is, again, in the execution, and also, yes, Spider-Man villains, they're not exactly like that. They're meant to play off of Spider-Man. They have personalities a lot of times that are in contradiction to Peter Parker or Spider-Man. A lot of the villains in Spider-Man, and particularly in Marvel, can be argued are personality driven rather than the villains in Batman, which you can argue are philosophically driven in relation to their animosity with Batman, especially sort of the modern takes on Batman. In all, this movie is going to be an absolute failure. That's quite clear. Is it going to be as big a failure as Madam Web? I'm not sure. It looks that way from what the analysts say, but you can never trust exactly what the analysts say. Maybe the fact that Aaron Taylor Johnson got absolutely ripped for this film will draw in some of the ladies. I don't think it personally will. But right now, his abs are pretty much all this film has to go on. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.